If you had to fuck one of the kings of England, past or present, who are you fucking?
Can we not have the queens as well? Can I have like Queen
No,
Mary?
got to be a king.
Got to be a king.
Oh, God, I don't know any of the kings other than the one that's now.
Yeah, I'd want the one from the King's speech. I want him stuttering on my dick.
It'd take him ages to say no.
If you want me to stop, your safe word is Persepolis. Good luck.
Content warning. Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast is not suitable for all audiences, and viewer/listener discretion is advised. For example, if, when you just heard the term ladies and gentlemen, you immediately thought about how exclusionary it is, then it's probably best you turn this off now.
Hello, welcome to Dead Men Talking with me, Rob Mulholland. Him, a big fat cunt. We got Not Gay Tom, and we have a special guest.
You don't know her name, do
Don't
you?
know the surname. Just realised it's Gia. I've just been speaking to Gia, and I just realised I did not know the surname, and I just had a panic in the middle of the intro.
Do you know what? In the pre-show bit as well, when you were just sort of like making sure that everything was all right before we started, I knew that you probably didn't know her name, and rather than just
I knew the
slipping it
name,
in,
so we've just been chatting.
No,
But
I
yeah,
know
I
the
just haven't got
surname.
the full one. Yeah, I know. I realised to do the intro, I need the full business name.
To be fair, I don't think you told us Gia's surname.
It is Gia Muhammad.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
Well, hello, Akbar to you. It's lovely to have you.
It's Gia Clarke.
Clark, sorry, I apologise.
It's okay. I'll let you off this once.
Gia Clarke, OnlyFans' own Gia Clarke. What top percentage are you in?
Right now, I think I'm late. I am in the 0%. It's going up and down though. It's not the lowest percent I've been, put it that way. I mean, well, obviously 0% varies from like 0.0 all the way like to 0.9.
Yeah.
So if someone's in the 0%, like they could be like making anything between like 10 and 150 plus grand a month.
Yeah.
So it's a wide spectrum when someone says they're in the 0%.
Yeah.
But
Still pretty decent to be in it.
It's still better than...
If I could get paid 10 grand a month to get me knob out, I'd be not here right now. 100%.
I bet there's a market for it. I bet you've got fans on the web
I don't
waiting
think
for him to open up an account.
It's a very niche appeal, I would say. There's a couple of the fans who came to our tour who I'm sure would pay to see me naked. But like, there's like 3 of them. I don't think they've got money.
The reason I don't have an OnlyFans account is because women aren't stupid. That's the only reason.
Women aren't desperate.
Oh no, they are desperate. They're not stupid though.
Because he can't get a lens wide enough to get him all in.
Or one with a big enough zoom to get his dick.
You'd have to use one of those endoscopy cameras that you put people's arse.
No, I quite like the idea that it's me naked, but you have to use my dick like Spot the Ball. Do you know what I mean?
To draw an X where you think it might be.
Yeah, like the little one's pools. And we can maybe have like some footballers looking in the direction so you can try and work it out. How long have you been on the OF for then, Gia?
I started in 2016, I think. So I've been on it
that's
quite
pretty
a
early, is it
while.
not?
Yeah.
That's an early adopter.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't really like do it properly then. So I was a stripper for a lot of years. Obviously, I was a stripper. That's just kind of something that goes hand in hand with that. People are like, oh, if you have an OnlyFans, I was like, oh, go and set one up. But I wasn't really using it because I was a stripper. So my main income was that.
Okay.
And then obviously when it was lockdown, there was no more strip clubs. So I was like, oh shit, I'm going to have to start maybe like putting my fanny on here. And then as soon as I did that, it take off, money started rolling in. Because luckily, like I got on it quite early. Like when I started, it was kind of like you could just be like, yeah, here's my fanny on Twitter. And everyone, oh my God, I ain't seen a fanny on Twitter. Like, here's all of my... Whereas now, it's like, where's not the fanny on Twitter? You know what I mean?
You were on it so early, it was called OnlyFan.
I was the first fan, the only fan on there. But yeah,
how long were you a stripper for? Do you still do it? Do you still strip?
Here and there. Like, obviously, like it's got. I like the thing with OnlyFans is like people don't like realize that girls we get really lonely.
Do you?
We do because we just sat in our house. Like, we're chatting to guys and stuff all day, every day. But like, it's all like over the internet, and it's like it's not actual interaction. So yeah, we're just sat on our own, sad all day. So it's nice. Like, I do like to go to the strip club every now and again to see people in real life. Like, actually have that interaction. And plus, like, I get on with all the girls as well. It's just like a night out, in my opinion, that I get paid for. So
Strippers tend to be a good laugh.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like before, like when I was stripping like 6 nights a week, I was getting really burnt out by it. But like now, I'm like maybe once in a couple of months, I'll head to the club, get my stripper shoes out, go make a bit of cash. And
I would imagine, right, that strippers are the nicest and cuntiest people to work with in the fucking world. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, you've got those jobs where sometimes you'll make a mate who's like your best mate ever, but also you'll have the biggest enemies in the fucking world. Like, I bet when you get a stripper cunt, I bet they're like an enemy for life.
Yeah, of course. I think as well, like, because it like strippers we're also like, best friends in the club, like all the girls love each other. But like essentially it's a dog eat dog environment because everyone's there to make money. And especially say when nights are like slow and there's not as many customers, like there'll be girls like hair like falling out all over, like you've got my customer, and it can be a bloodbath like that. So like we're all like best friends until like people stepping on toes and stuff, and then like that's when like people are arguing and so it's people are either your best friend or they can't stand you.
Yeah, if only there was some parallel to what we do, Freddie. I can't really relate to this sort of scenario where people would openly be your friend but then be cunty as soon as there was anything on the line.
To be fair, I'm cunty to your face.
Oh, no, I'm not specifically talking about you. I was talking about comedians in general. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah. Me and Freddie just have like an old, we're basically like, you know, like an old couple that resent each other. That's basically our relationship.
Yeah. I've stopped shagging him long ago.
Oh, God, yeah, that has dried up. We haven't even, we're sleeping in separate beds at this point, but we're just hanging on in there.
Yeah. We're doing it for the continuity of the children as much as anything else.
Strippers in general, like I've had I've had big groups of strippers in at gigs, and they're known to be super fun, like dead good sense of humour, because you know, like you're in that sort of world where you can't really take it too seriously, like weird shit's happening. I listened to Fern Brady's audiobook recently. It's fucking great about
she
autism.
A stripper or?
She used to be a stripper.
Oh, right, really?
This is the link in. Yeah, I was going to specifically talk about stripping. Don't worry.
Oh,
I
right,
wasn't
okay.
just firing it off in another direction.
Okay.
Like you love to do.
Right, okay. Well, on that train of thought, is there sometimes where a new girl walks in and you go, fuck that?
Do you mean like
you're going to be going hungry?
Yeah.
Do you mean like in regards to like looks? Because
Freddie in a dress.
Right. So when I first started stripping, I used to be so shallow. Like I'd be like, oh, like I'm better looking than it. Like why does that customer not want to spend money on me? But then you realise that it's not about looks, and that guys are like, some girls like are not like stereotypically like what you would think would be like a stripper that would make loads of money, and they still do absolutely kill it. And like that, guys would come in and be like, oh, like not everyone. I'm trying to think of how to word. Like everyone has got a specific person for that. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
There's someone into everyone.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you mean. Because if I don't do I've never liked going to strippers. Like it's never been my thing. But if I was gonna go, the one that I'd search for would be the girl that looks like she absolutely shouldn't be there and is resenting every moment of it.
You want the poorest one, the one who's desperate.
That's what I want.
That's
I want the one with 3 teeth missing. I want flat chest. I want no ass, and I just want to like, oh God, why am I here? That's the one that I want.
Someone who is definitely feeding a habit. That's what you're after.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I love this hypothetical because he hates going to the strippers. It's such bullshit. Every dude, when you ask him, is like, no, I don't even like it. I've never been. I used to do loads of cocaine and go to strippers, and it was great.
So genuine.
Like, fuck off lying.
Genuinely,
shut up.
Genuinely,
you give him 20 quid to rub the fanny in your face. It's ace.
I really do. No, but that doesn't make any sense to me because I can't do anything.
You can smell.
No, but it's like, right. For me, it'd be like being really hungry, going to a restaurant and just having a chef just rub a bit of steak around your mouth like that.
That's a good way of putting it, to be honest. I like that. I mean, he's correct as well. But
yeah, but then you run off into the toilet and you have a little sandwich.
Do you know what? Honestly, I've never had a private dance. Never.
Really?
Never in my life.
You know what?
There's any strip clubs around here?
I don't think in Horwich.
No, they're open 1 p.m. till 2 p.m. like everywhere else, and then they close.
We're in quite a middle class sort of little town on the outskirts of Bolton. I don't think Bolton there will be, but you don't want to go there.
I meant Bolton. Like I used to work in Manchester. I know that's not too far away.
We can go Manchester. We should take you, Freddie. We should go pop your stripper cherry.
So the thing is every time I've been with like lads who were like, let's go to strippers. There's look at Theo, she's got tits in a fanny. And I'm
You
like,
went out with the craze.
I'm like, yeah. Yeah. One of them was just shaking with excitement. So anyway, we go, and I just be like, I just want to carry on drinking. I don't want to. I don't want to be here looking at this. But I'll go, and then people will come up to you, and they'll be like, "Hi," because they look at me. And if you
They
look
see
at
a
me,
mark.
well, this is it. I swear strippers look at me like the Terminator through those things. And they go, he's a fucking pervert. And so they sidle over.
And he's got enough money for food.
But I go over and I'm like, look, I'm really sorry, but this really isn't my thing. And I always feel horrible.
See, I have the opposite problem, right? I'm too polite.
Too horny.
No, I'm too polite.
Here's all my money.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which one approaches me. It could be the ugliest one, not my type at all.
Do you want to do it in me?
Go for it. You go for it.
Gee, mister.
Oh, well, missus, can I have a look at your boobs?
You mean to tell me that I just have to give all my money and you'll rub your fanny in my face?
Give me your bank details. I'll set up a direct debit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who asks me. It says, "Do you want to dance?" I will always just say, "Yeah," just because I feel like,
Jesus
because
Christ,
otherwise I feel rude.
Right, well, I know to target you in a strip club.
This is
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's why I don't go.
Yeah. This is how those ones make money that you were saying before. You know, they find people like him who look like a pussy and then just go, go on, do you want to have a look at these?
Are you good then, Gia, at like judging lads and being like, he is gonna fucking, he's gonna rinse his account?
I'll be honest with you, I don't think that I'm a very good stripper anymore. Because like I said, when I go to work, I don't go to make money. Like, I go to have fun.
Yeah.
It's like a secondary income to me. So like, I've got like, if I make money, I make money. If I don't, I don't.
Yeah.
So I don't like go in and like stress myself out trying to like hustle, when I think like obviously being that way, you do miss like opportunities. Like, I'm just there to have a good time, to be honest. But then I think sometimes that does help, because you're like, because the guys like feel relaxed with you, they don't feel under pressure to spend money. They're like, so it kind of just depends. But like some girls like who like, I just think like, obviously like, I've got I would say like a bold image. I've got quite a lot of times. I'm very loud, like you can't miss me in the strip club.
You're a presence.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And obviously there are girls who are maybe much quieter than me and like not as in your face.
Maybe sadder for Freddy.
And like that's what I mean. But going back to like everyone has their own preference. Like some guys are like, oh, she's boring, whereas other guys are like, oh, you're too much. So it's kind of like, it just kind of depends on who you're trying to sell yourself to, as to whether you're gonna sell yourself or not, really, because like you've got to get their interest.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if I explained that well, but you get what I mean, don't you?
A friend of mine used to be a stripper, right? I say friend, we were in the same friendship group. I don't think she liked me. And
She now has all your money.
well, what she used to do, I think I've spoken about it briefly before. So her thing was that she worked in a strip club in Preston called Perfect Tens. And in fact,
I like that
I've
name
worked in
is not going to be
Preston.
okay.
No.
Like, that is like, advertising standards need to crack down on that. There are no tens in Preston.
Yeah,
if you're a 10 from Preston, you move.
yeah.
You do know though, most of the girls in the clubs, because like they don't want people to like know where they're from. So say like I worked in Leeds.
Yeah.
I live in Wakefield, so it's like round the corner. But like I was one of the few girls from Leeds in there. Like there'd be girls from say like Newcastle who would drive like 2 hours
Right.
to the club and stuff, because they don't want people in their area knowing that it's them.
Yeah.
But that's another thing as well. Like you're also at risk, like, because you're not guaranteed to make any money.
Do you know what? Teachers do the same thing. So
Do
they
they?
say when you're a teacher, don't teach at the school in your doorstep, because you'll be
Really?
forever bumping into the fucking kids.
Oh yeah, that does make
So
sense.
so they say
Then they
make
start talking.
try and he molested me as well. No, they mean like teach half an hour away, and then that
Yeah.
way you've got the
Yeah,
separation in it.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
makes
it's the same
sense,
kind of thing.
though.
Like they
That-
don't.
Like with cam girls, like I had a mate who did it, and she set it so people in the UK couldn't watch it.
You can do that on OnlyFans. You can
Yeah.
set it. You can do it, but I think I don't know if you can do it. But like I know definitely in like America and bigger countries you can do it by region. I don't know if you can like
Right.
maybe in England, but I know you can definitely block out countries and stuff. So
Yeah.
like some girls like have the whole of the UK blocked so that they only get like which. You can still be successful that way, because I'd say like Americans and stuff, obviously they've got a big
Yeah.
tipping culture and stuff, so I think a lot of girls just say, oh, I'll do that, no one ever has to know that I do OnlyFans.
Wait. Do Americans tip more?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tipping is like
definitely,
baked into their culture because everyone gets paid so little. So if you're a waiter, you might get paid like $4 an hour, and then you make money off tips.
Yeah.
I told you that's trying to come over here now, isn't it? I
hope so.
told you about the buffet, didn't I?
The buffet.
You've told
You're
us
gonna
about
have to
so many
narrow
buffets.
this down.
Yeah, Freddie, you've told us so many buffet stories.
Do you mean
every story involves a buffet?
This could be any of 3 buffets that you've had today.
So I went to get some food at a buffet, and then when I was paying afterwards, they went, "Do you want to add a tip?" And I was like, "I got it! I fucking went up and bought it. What the fuck are you tipping
No,
for?"
I think they were just
I do
saying
get
like
that.
you need to pay more. They're like, we didn't really anticipate that you would be in here when we set this price range.
Yeah.
We said all you can eat, but
Yeah.
come on, don't
we
take
didn't,
the piss.
we didn't mean including the table.
Yeah, the bill said, "Do you want to add a tip?" And I said, "Don't fill up on carbs." Hey! So they
buffet tip.
genuinely tip more.
Yeah, I mean, American, like, so what I used to work, I spent the most of my time stripping. I used to live in Spain before Brexit, when I had to come home. Sadly, I got deported. Not actually deported.
Where did you live in Spain?
I lived in Mallorca. I went on a girls' holiday to Magaluf when I was 19 and never went home.
Fucking yes, mate.
So I ended up being there from like when I was 19 to till I was like 20. Well, whenever COVID was, and then like that was when it was Brexit, and I was planning on getting these like things so I could live there, and then like I couldn't go back over because of Brexit. It was a big mess. But anyway, before that, we used to have like these like it was like an American, I want to say warship, but maybe not a warship. It was some American ship with all these like American soldiers on.
Like the Navy, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And it'd come to Mallorca, like to come to Magaluf like twice a year. And when the Americans came,
Fucking hell. Boatload of sailors in Shagaluf.
We're just checking to make sure there's still no war on.
Yeah.
in Magaluf.
Yeah, we're also going to Ibiza after this, and then Kavos. We're just checking.
Just checking to make sure there's no nuclear bombs going off there. But yeah, when they came, like the clubs would make us work like really long shifts. Like we'd start at like 1 PM and finish at 6 AM. But that's
Jesus.
because like
That 6 a.m. lap dance isn't going to be an enthusiastic one, is it?
absolutely not. But when like the amount of money that we would make from these Americans, because
they're earning good money, innit?
That's it as well, because they've just been stuck on this boat for however long.
Can't spend anything.
Exactly, with a group of men.
Yeah.
So they've all been like waiting to explode, and then they just get
There's
off
only
the
so
boat
many
and
gay
then-
experiences you can have.
Well, that's it. They've probably been around the ship twice, so
Yeah, exactly,
run out of options. So fresh and ready for when they come to us, and they would literally just like. Girls hate going on the pole usually in like our strip clubs because we don't get paid for it. Obviously in America, you see girls going mental on the pole.
Wait, you don't get paid for
We
going
don't
on
get paid to go on the pole. You have to kind of do it as part of like the club. But obviously, like in America and stuff like that, the
People
girls.
chuck wands on the thing,
Yeah.
but we don't have. You can't throw a coin.
It's like doing quids at you.
It's not the same, is it?
Imagine.
That's the thing. It's a bigger investment with strippers in the UK. You've got to go
yeah.
$5 as a minimum. You
have to have
can't.
a bum bag.
Yeah, exactly.
in the UK, you're just going to feel like a trolley.
Yeah. Ow, Jesus Christ.
Some clubs do like their own currency called dance dollars. So the
Right.
customer can buy, say, like a tenner's worth of dance dollars, and then it'll be like a paper version of £1. But going back to like the Americans, so say we'd have them, they'd be coming in for all this time, but like because they're such high tippers, like everyone would be fighting over the stage. Everyone, because then you get the money for the dance, and then they tip you for the dance on top. So
Wow.
you're making it was really good money. It
Suckers.
was worth them
Yeah.
long hours. But that's
Well,
I'd
God
always
bless
liked to
the
dance
US
in
Navy.
America. I'd love to go work there, but they're really cracking down now. So
You know when you're going on the pole thing?
Yeah.
Sorry, I have so many questions. Do you...
For a man who is not interested in strippers, just
I
to
know
be
you
clear.
seem very intrigued.
I'm
Someone
interested-
who's got no interest.
I'm interested in the lifestyle, the hustle. That's what I'm
Okay.
interested in, right? So,
I'm interested in the tits, I'll be honest.
do you know what? For me, that's not attractive. What's attractive is the work ethic. How about that?
I mean, no one
Do I
believes
believe
that,
that?
you gross cunt. This is what a feminist looks like, apparently.
Thank you. It's like hard workers. That's what I like.
What is this?
That's
Is
the
that the
pole.
pole?
That's the pole.
Right, to scale with you.
Right. So when you're on the pole, do people take pole classes so that they'll be better on the pole?
You can do, but it just depends how much you care. Like, so say I've worked all over the world. I used to work in Australia, and that's the same with like tipping. You get tips
Yeah.
in Australia. So to be good on the pole in Australia benefits you because obviously, like, if you're not very confident and you don't know what you're doing, blah blah blah, you're probably not going to get as many tips. Whereas in England, yeah, if you can do all the tricks, you look better. You're not necessarily gaining anything because all it benefits you is you look good.
So that doesn't translate
to make more money.
Yeah, because
I always thought it did.
To be fair, though, that is the case, isn't it? Because there's never been a guy that's gone, well, she's not really my type, but my God, the way she pretended to walk up a wall on the pole, that's...
I don't know, though.
I don't know, a bit of core strength.
So there's a girl, like, when I worked in Magaluf, like, this girl came and she was very strange, very quiet, didn't, like, speak to anyone.
Hello.
Like, just... and we were like, ooh, how is she going to make any money? And then she just...
Then I came in.
Excellent.
She went on the pole and oh my God, she was amazing. Like everyone was stopping like jaws on the floor watching this girl. And then I think after that, like, everyone was like, right, go for a dance. So I suppose it does help like entice people in for a dance, but like it's not, you're not getting tips really.
Do you have, I mean, I mentioned before about like, you see guys coming in or whatever and you like, oh, nah, I'm not going to get anything out of him. Might get something out of him, might get something out of that. Do you have the same with girls? When they come to work there, do you immediately, within the first shift, you're like, I'm not seeing her again?
Not really, because I don't employ the girls. Like I just work there.
No, I know, but it's not like sort of like
shit, get out.
If you've never seen her before, do you have like a way of being able to tell like, she's new, she's never done this?
Oh yeah, you can't. I was actually telling someone about this the other day, right? So what a lot of girls do, and I did this, right? I feel like I want to do a demonstration. So when girls start dancing, right?
Could you please look sadder?
Like I was trying to twerk for so long, and I didn't realize there's a trick to it.
There's
like
a trick.
Yeah, you don't use your hip. You don't use your hips. You use your like you use your knees. So when strippers get on the stage, like and we like try and twerk, you can always tell if it's like a girl's first time dancing because they'll try and twerk with their ass and they look kind of like they're like an angry cat, like.
Yeah. I know.
Whereas
exactly
when you actually twerk, like. I'm not saying I'm like Kim K best twerker, but like I can twerk. Like when you jiggle your knees, it moves your legs so it shakes your ass.
Okay.
So it's all in
obviously
the knee.
girls don't know this, so you can tell if a girl like comes on and starts like out on stage. Like, well, she's probably a bit. We call it a baby stripper. That's like the term for if you're a new.
Now
stripper.
you're speaking my language. Have them at perfect 10.
Chucking pound coins in a pram.
Perfect 10 months.
Perfect 10 months.
Right.
Maybe dodging coins like it's in the away end.
So going back to the story that we talked about ages ago about my person that I knew that was a stripper, right? So she worked there. She had a little trick apparently because I was asking like, what if you like fancy a guy who you're stripping, like, and she had a little...
I imagine this doesn't happen very often.
Do you know what? You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
It's not all weird old men. There is actually something.
Yeah, sometimes I go.
Oh, yeah. Because you're what strippers go for.
Yeah.
You of all people.
Yeah,
I think
Using your legs
Sorry,
like the poles.
Do you think I don't attract damaged women?
No, but I think that you attract more damaged middle class sort of.
Yeah, like no, that's one half of my dating history. You only know that half. Like, so basically, my type is either very posh women or like troubled goths. That's basically it.
Yeah.
No in between.
Yeah, there's a little, there might be a grey area in the middle.
My friend had this technique apparently is passed down from stripper generation to stripper generation. Like bush tribes, will pass down how to make a fire or whatever in like a forest. Anyway, right. And what she'd do is she'd be able to dance in a way where she would sort of use her ass to sort of find out how big his dick was, and that was like a thing that they would always do.
You mean use your ass? You mean just touching it?
Well, just like measure it.
Yeah, but they like specifically do a specific dance to sort of like.
Right.
You do in England though. The clubs that I've worked in England are all like zero physical contact, so I can't even go like that.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
those are not the
I
clubs I
kind
went
of
in.
know what you mean because like when I worked abroad, so oh my God, I had a nightmare when I used to work obviously in Magaluf, so you'd get guys in like shorts and like little like fancy dress outfits because a lot of stag do's and stuff. Some of them were very thin, some of them were very dress-like. Men forget to wear boxers quite often, it would appear, especially when they're abroad because I don't know.
I don't think they forgot when they were on the way to that strip club.
Well, there you go. Like I've had a few accidental touches that is like I've turned around and what's on my leg, and it's been something I didn't want to be on my leg. But
So you're giving someone a lap dance, and then you touched the groin area and went, "Oh, what's that on my leg?"
Well, no, but say for example, if you're
I'm gonna
wearing,
go
right,
with
if you're wearing really thin, wide shorts, and then you get a hard on, chances are it's gonna pop out a little bit, and then if I like sit on it, it's gonna touch my leg.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
So there's your strategy, lads.
But yeah, so in England, the clubs in England are like no contact at all.
I've been in way sketchier clubs than that. Like, I've been in some clubs that have very much flaunted that rule. You know, like yeah, like totally, yeah.
Is it easier to work with the no contact thing, or is it harder?
I'd say harder.
Because I'd imagine.
How can you tell?
Love it.
Oh, Tom's on fire today, isn't he? But look, right, because I'm just trying to put myself in the mindset, right? If I was a stripper and I'm there to make
Reinforce the pole.
we're gonna need a bigger platform. So if I was a stripper, right,
just the mental images I'm currently getting are just like.
I am there to make dollar. I'm not there.
Little whip, knee-high
I think
boots.
it might make sense.
Yeah, right. And I want to, like, if I'm dancing, then if I'm giving a man a lap dance, right?
I'm just
all of
imagining
these
it now.
mental images, one after another, are just so troubling.
If I'm giving a man a
Do you like it?
Oh, I'm using my knees to twerk.
That's what you can hear clicking.
If I'm giving a man a lap dance, I would rather
suffocate him.
I'd rather touch his chest and his leg and get double the money than, like, you know, not touch anything and get half the money. If I had to do it.
I mean, as nice as that sounds, it's not really our choice, because like the clubs that are like that, they will literally have someone watching the cameras at all time, and if you like step a foot out of line, but obviously it's for your protection. But obviously, if anything, like they'll be straight in and be like, "Oh, can't do this, can't use his leg." Like I've put my hand like on a customer's leg before to try and get up, and they've come and get out of it. He broke the rules. I'm like, ah.
Really?
So, yeah. So not all clubs are like that though. It's like it just depends where you go. Like I've worked in Liverpool before. That they were a bit more lenient with it. They weren't rushing in to kick you out. Put it that way.
Is that the strip club next to the Chinese restaurant?
No, it's on.
I've never been. I've never been. Not even interested.
Up in the Chinese restaurant.
There's quite a lot in Liverpool. There's like 10.
Is there?
There's quite a lot, yeah.
Holy shit. I only, like I say, I only know Really Perfect Tens in Preston, but that's because that place was kind of like a running sort of like, you know, it's been there for so long, it's kind of ingrained in the culture of that town that that's the strip club.
Have you been to Room 32 in Preston? That's where I used to work.
I used to, yeah, so I know of Room 32.
Yeah.
I have been there once, I think.
Have you? Yeah, I used to. The woman that owns it, she used to be a dancer years and years ago, and she used to like book girls into other clubs, and then she just started her own club.
It was the other side of
Yeah.
Preston, annoyingly. It was like sort of too much of a walk. That's literally the reason I didn't go as much. It was too much of a walk.
It was up a slight incline.
Yeah. Oh, God. When did you work at Room 32?
It'll have been before COVID.
Was it not a bad strategy to work in a town where no one has money?
To be fair, I actually did all right in Preston. Do you know, right, sorry to the woman who owns the club if you're watching this, but I find that clubs that like attract more like I'm gonna say lower class clubs.
No, it's absolutely
It's Preston.
justified.
You know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, so like I make more money from them clubs because I feel like because of the kind of like person I am, I'm very like down to earth, and I'm not like very like when in the clubs like in the big cities where you get like the rich like businessmen who come in suits and stuff. They don't really tend to go for me. They go for the more like, oh yes, I'll sit and sip champagne with you while you tell me about your whereas I'm like, right, so I think them kind of guys in that club, they'll gel with me more, and I think I make more money there rather than in the clubs where I have to sit and be like, hee, because like realistically, the aim of the game is to keep the guy spending as long as possible. And like, what have I got in common with Harold, who's 67, who's a senior C, like absolutely nothing. But Gavin, who's a DJ down the local club, I could chat to him all night. So it's like, there you go. Yeah. Just depends, but yeah, like as well, because like I said, I'm from Wakefield. I work in Wakefield sometimes as well, and obviously that's not the most high class club, but I love it.
The Cribs are from Wakefield.
Well done.
Are they?
Freddie's learning
Oh,
about
really?
music.
I'm learning music.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I am
He knows about 3 songs, so we're trying to teach him about music.
I
And every now
told
and
you-
again, he just recites a fact to me. that
I
he's
told you
learned.
a fact backstage at the
Yeah,
tour
about
show.
Megadeth, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, I'd forgotten the name.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like, he just tells me these music facts that I know, and he recites them like, here's the thing, Megadeth, one of them used to be in Metallica, and I'm like, yes, Freddie, well done.
I listened to so little music that I was just trying to
Do
bond
you?
with him. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? But
And I'm not having it.
No, not having it at all.
Keep this strictly professional, mate.
Exactly. So you do Wakefield, Leeds, Manchester. Where's the best place you've ever strapped?
Magaluf.
Not strapped.
Probably.
Those clubs, they, yeah.
Yeah, so some clubs will take like, it just all depends like where you work. Everywhere has like a different like commission scheme, but in like places like Magaluf, Ibiza, they all take like 50%, which is a
Whoa!
lot. But because
But
of the
50%
volume of
of
guy,
more.
yeah, that's what I mean. So
Yeah.
because you get like basically it's on a plate for you. Like these guys are pissed up, they've got monopoly money in their pockets. That like they're away from the wives, like they're on holiday. It's like you like.
Cocaine is plentiful.
Well, exactly. These guys are ready to go. So, like, it makes it a lot, especially because there's all like stag do's and stuff. Like, when they come on stag do's, like, it's groups of men that, like, sometimes won't usually go in strip clubs. So they think, oh, fuck it, I'll spend all my wife's joint account. And then, yeah, then you'll see the phone on the side, it'll be ringing. Obviously, something's flagged up. It's like, turn that off.
Really?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, me
But-
and a friend once spent £1,500 on a Monday night in a strip club
Oh,
in Leeds.
shut up. Oh my God, that was maybe me. My best ever night was a Monday night in Leeds, in Silks.
my
God,
yeah,
it was-
maybe. Yeah.
Oh,
I knew
my
I
God.
recognised.
Yeah.
If honestly, if this was it, if this
It'd be
was the
amazing.
person
What
that
a
rinsed all
sliding
your
doors
money.
moment. I was responsible for about 200 quid of that, to be fair. It was my mate went in hard. Yeah. So yeah, he might well have been. Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
That was your best ever.
Yeah, so one of my best, well, not my
Genuinely might
best
be
best
my
ever,
mate.
but my best ever in England. It was a Monday night, and I weren't even meant to be working. They just messaged him and like, look, we've hardly got any girls. Can someone come in? And it could these 2 guys came in, and I went with one, and my friend went with the other. But like this guy, one of the did you get split up because like the guy that I was with, like they came in right at the start of the night, and he stayed right until like it started to kick him out.
We arrived late.
Oh right, no.
Yeah, no, we
wasn't that
turned
then.
up in Leeds like after midnight on a Monday,
Oh, right.
thinking that we were like, we got fucked in my hometown.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we've been
yeah.
like, we'll go Leeds. Spent a shitload on the taxi, arrived, everything's closed. You know, I told this story in a like my first ever Edinburgh show years ago. Ended up in Winston's, the brothel by accident.
Oh my God, yeah. I always tell
Yeah.
people, like, can I have a blow? I'm like, get off the Winston.
Yeah, go Winston's. There's a place if you want that.
Literally.
There's a brothel called Winston.
In
Yeah.
Leeds, yeah, it's an institution. It's in Beeston
Yeah,
in Leeds.
it
It's a
is.
real grim bit. Near Ellen
awful.
Road.
Can we
It
get
just
it up?
looks
Can we
like-
go
Right,
Winston's
right up the road
brothel?
from where the 7-7 bombers are from. That's
Wait,
where
what?
Winston's is. Yeah.
Right up
Same
the road
bit.
from where the 7-7 bombers are from.
Yeah, the
Winston's
street in
off for
Beeston where
Leeds,
they're
yeah.
from is very close to Winston.
Winston's massage parlour.
Yeah,
to
it
put
looks.
nicely.
It's so grim as well. It's so like. It's like something out of a computer game. It's like
It's
this
not-
old crumbling like building.
Yeah,
It's
it's
all
not a
like.
welcoming image.
Yeah, it's really grotty, and like I was that fucked up, and I wasn't.
Wait, go up. What
Yeah.
they put on social
You're
media?
only one massage away from a good mood. Wink.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
not subtle at all.
Well,
is
in
it?
Leeds, it's like legalised,
Is it? Oh, yeah, 'cause
semi-legalised.
there's,
It's decriminalised. There is an area where you can go where the police
Yeah.
patrol it, and it's like go there if you want to meet sex workers. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, there's like a red light district in
Yeah.
that is in Beeston. And I remember
Yeah.
once, like I was driving back from work, and I think the motorway was shut, so it took me like on a detour through there. And I was thinking, oh my God, like what is going on here? And then I see like cars pulling up. I'm like, oh wait a minute,
Yeah.
wait a damn minute.
But it's
Click
a
on
lot
the
safer,
website.
and like
Yeah.
the women are a lot safer. So I think good.
Yeah, they're much safer in these, but I mean, obviously not on like the side of the road. But I mean,
Yeah.
you do what you want to do. at the
Yeah,
end of the day,
exactly.
innit?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Right, click on book.
Are we doing
Oh,
this
yeah.
in our next special?
What, sorry?
What we're going for the sex worker special. Is
So
it?
how much does it cost? I'm just curious.
I don't know. What I did was I was that drunk. I just walked around opening doors and got in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I got in a load of trouble. I got chased by a
Yeah.
naked man.
Oh, the hiring.
Are they
Yeah.
hiring?
oh well, there we go.
Yeah.
Get me on.
That's our special. We all get jobbers. escorts.
Right.
Who makes the most money wins.
I reckon it's going to be a three-way tie
no.
of 0.
No. Tom's getting shagged always up. Like, you know, we could dress you in a little schoolboy's uniform and make an absolute killing.
Oh, giant lollipop.
Yeah, giant lollipop, like a little bonnet, maybe.
Are there outfits that you like have as a stripper where you're like, fucking, that is my money maker?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's
100%.
guess. Let's guess
Right.
what outfits.
Schoolgirl, people are nonces.
I'd be a college girl on OnlyFans. I don't really often be that in the club. I've just got this one. So there's this woman called Zoe. I think she lives in Bolton. We just call her Zoe Stripper Outfit. I don't know what her real name is. Probably that. Her birth name is Zoe Stripper Outfit. She basically comes to she goes to like all the like abroad holiday places just with a big, and she makes these outfits from scratch, and they're like really like stereotypical stripper outfits, like bikinis with like dollar signs on, and she makes these like cut out things, and like I've got an enhanced body, so like she makes it so it's like shows the perfect amount of tits and then like goes up and around my ass. And like whenever I wear it, like I always get so many compliments. So but I got it in every colour. I'm like, right, leopard print, dollar sign, black, white, green. So
Right. So that's the thing. You can't just go to Smithies, can you?
I mean, you could. You like, do you know who's got some really? I always shop in Primark for like the stockings from Ann Summers and Honey Birdette are about 20 quid for a pair. They just break and ladder. But
Top tips
next time
here.
you get some stockings, you'll know. Nip to Primark. They'll last 10 times longer.
You're probably
get
going to need a
lingerie and
fishing
stuff
net.
from there.
Just go down the docks, see if they've got any left over.
Yeah, I
for
get
you.
mine from the trawler.
You go down the docks, a big Japanese boat's going to whale you.
Just walking along, a harpoon fucking gets him.
So is it better to like wear like themed costumey stuff, or is it better to be like strippery
Do you do
stuff?
like Halloween?
Oh, yeah, when it's Halloween. So, Halloween's obviously people just dress as whatever like slutty thing they are. And then sometimes
It's already a
people do,
slutty
like,
holiday as it is.
There we go. And then so it's like people do like theme nights. Like I remember one night I was working somewhere and they did like a film theme night. You had to be something from a film, and like there were a girl like came as like Avatar and like
Schindler's List. Boy in the striped pajamas.
But,
I'm from Girls Gone Wild.
well, I'm thinking you could just be anything really,
Yeah.
like and make it from a film. I just
yeah.
went as police. I was like, oh, I'm hot.
I'm the first 10 minutes of Up. Just a dead old lady. I've come as Philadelphia. I've not eaten all week.
Scabs on your forehead.
I'm the girl not in the striped pajamas.
Fucking hell almighty. So film week and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of just do like anything that you can kind of make slut into a slutty theme.
Remembrance Sunday.
Yeah, we all come as a poppy.
2 poppies.
A poppy every
Lest we forget of you, Fanny.
Breast we forget.
Yeah. They will not grow old as we grow old of one of your tits.
Playing the last call on you fucking fanny.
Oh shit, man. I would think, right, to be honest with you, that like if you're gonna wear a costume, right, you are gonna be some guy's absolute first choice, but you're gonna be some people who are like, nah, I don't have a thing for the policeman thing.
That's probably better though, isn't it? You want to be some guy's absolute first choice rather than everyone's third choice.
Yeah, oh my God, there used to be this girl, right, who used to come in, and she always used to come in dressed as a mermaid, like, like with like a shell bra and then like a split
Yeah.
like fishtail
She's
skirt.
into that, isn't she?
Well, her thingy name was Melody, and I don't know if anyone's seen Little Mermaid 2 Return to the Sea.
I have not. But do go on.
Well, we know Ariel, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
What's
Ariel,
your powder?
Yeah. The font.
yeah, the font. Ariel MS. She has a daughter called Melody, so I think she's kind of like
So she's a
tried
child
to be
mermaid.
a child mermaid. I don't know what she was going for.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's
she
not
was
okay to fuck underage fish. I want to make that clear.
But if you're gonna be
College
the,
mermaid.
if you're gonna be the mermaid, it's either Ariel or Melody. No one's going, I'm Ursula the stripper.
Yeah, but you
I
could just
would
make up
be
a
like bad bitch, yeah.
you could just make
Why
up
not?
a new name.
PVC.
Those aren't the only mermaid names.
Yeah, no, but you want to keep it in the fantasy, can't you? You can't be like, I'm
You could be Stephanie the mermaid.
I'm Linda the mermaid.
Gemma.
You're not going to go for you're not going for a Linda or a Brenda or a Barbara.
Carol the mermaid.
You don't get a lot of
The
strippers
mermaid.
called Babs.
Okay, that's definitely a kink on her.
Tell you what would be
though.
great for a stripper outfit: reverse mermaid. So you've got woman legs, head of a fish.
What, like a big mouth Billy Bass?
Yeah, but from the waist up,
Stick
just
on the
flopping.
wall.
Yeah,
And
you're
when-
like, you still got your knees so you can twerk.
She'd be
Still got
completely.
the most important part. What
Yeah,
the paying for,
exactly,
so.
yeah.
She'd be completely motionless, but then when you walk past her in the club, she starts singing "Take Me to the River."
That's the best way round, though. If you were gonna, sleep with a mermaid, I think the reverse one is the one to go for.
So
If you're going to shag a mermaid
Yeah.
that way, but if you're going to like go out with a mermaid, I think-
You marry the real way round
yeah,
one.
this is shag, marry, avoid for mermaids.
Avoid the one that's just a whole fish.
Just all fish.
here's a question, right? Are you good at like sort of guessing guys' kinks and then kind of like trying to maneuver your way in? And I'll give you an example of why I'm asking this, right? Is because I was on a stag do for a comedian.
I know exactly which story you're telling here.
Yeah. Let's call the comedian Saul Piff.
We could call him Paul Smith because we've told this story on this podcast.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
I think Paul's told this story in shows. as well. I think it's all right. It's out there.
I'd still prefer to call him Saul Piff.
All right, okay.
So he was in this strip club in Berlin, right?
Okay.
And this Scottish girl comes over.
It's called
and-
Das Kunz.
And she's, they weren't having a successful film night. A Scottish girl comes over, and there's me, Paul, and there's another guy, Rick Card. And we're sat and we're just discussing, and we kind of separate ourselves from the group as we don't really want in on this, but whatever. Do you know
The
what I mean?
liars.
And so she comes down, she sits down, and she's like, "Oh, I'll just have a chat with you." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, fine." Do you know what? And she's a lovely girl from Glasgow. And then she's talking to Paul, right? And she's kind of like getting her and you can see that she's just she's got her prey. She's kind of locking in. She knows what she's doing.
She's maybe seen a Facebook video, realises he's got some money.
Yeah.
His Lamborghini outside.
Looks at you and Rick and goes, unsuccessful. Locks onto Paul with his new teeth and going,
Yeah.
yeah. He
He's
can
got-
afford flights to Turkey.
He's got
He's
some
coming in.
Gucci sliders on or
Yeah.
whatever. She knows. Anyway, she's trying to work, and Paul's like, "Oh no, I'm not really." And then she says, right? She looks at him and she goes, "Have you been a bad boy for mummy?" And I swear to God, I have never seen a man almost instantly jizz his pants as quick in my
Do you know
fucking life.
The mummy thing, right? I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or what, but I would say maybe 80% of my messages on OnlyFans are, mummy, can you be my stepmom? Can you pretend to be my mum? Like, hi, mummy, like, blah, blah, blah. It's always mummy as well. Hey, mommy. I don't know if they're American or what, but...
I mean, Robert asked you to be his dad.
But
Can you say you're proud of me?
I think you take me bowling.
I think the mummy thing is, like, really popular now.
Nah, like, sort that shit out. Like, sort your weird little leader. Why are you looking so wide-eyed? You're like, no, we're proud.
No, it's not.
It's like I was one of those.
Do you know what? I'm not somebody who kink shames.
No,
and I
same.
think that
I mean,
if
I
you're
am.
into it.
Some of them are fucking weird.
If you're into it, you're into it.
Yeah.
I don't get the mummy thing. I don't get the financial domination thing. I think that's just like because it's really popular.
Bizarre, innit?
But I think, can I give you all my money? It's like,
Yeah.
what?
I think that's just shows you the deep effects of modern capitalism. It's that far into them that's become like.
And I also don't get fate. I don't get that either.
Do you know why that is? The feet thing. I watched an episode of Naked Attraction where it explained it.
Right.
Because you know when in a guy's brain.
Yeah. There's
It's-
touch sensors and shit.
Yeah, it's where where the feeling is in a guy's brain, like where your dick is,
Yeah.
it's like next to where your feet are. So that's why sometimes it's so close together that you start to feel aroused by your feet. Because of it's like
Yeah, I saw the same thing. Not on Naked Attraction, on a TikTok
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
It's like on your
Stop
cerebral...
learning things off TikTok. That's not a good way to get information.
Naked Attraction is not the best way.
No, but slightly better. Look, I'm not saying Channel 4's great, but they have slightly better journalistic standards than TikTok.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
I
I know,
learn a lot
but
from TikTok.
It's
very
the only way
educational.
to acceptably learn that information on TikTok. You can't go into a library and go, "Can I have your book on foot fetishes, please?" No, I'm just curious. What's the most bizarre kinks that you've had messaged through? The ones that you've been like, the fuck?
So, one that I like think is actually bizarre is like, and I've actually been asked for this more than once, and I put on my Instagram story, been like, "Is this a thing?" And everyone was like, "Yeah." So I was baffled. So you know the film Willy Wonka. Yeah, you know what is
Oompa Loompa fetish.
not quite.
I
You
could do
know-
that.
Paint
be
you
that guy.
orange, you'll be golden.
I mean, people probably do have a fetish for that as well. But this one, do you know what is she called? Violet. Violet, but I always say Boulevard, and it's not Boulevard.
Oh
is
yeah,
it?
it's Violet. You're turning violet. Is that the
Yeah.
one she turned into a blueberry?
Yeah. So what people have a fetish for is for you to like start as a normal, and then like, so I
Is it
bought a
Beauregard?
blue
Violet
suit-
Beauregard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they want you to
Beauregard.
like basically like expand, like. So I
Mate,
bought.
Freddie, you're going to make a fucking killing. Do they like it when, they're already at the end point?
To be completely honest with you, I don't really know how it works, but I do know that there is a fetish for it, and it is quite a common one. I've also had people. Someone had a fetish for The Mask. You know the film The Mask, and he wanted me to be.
Somebody choke me.
He was kept sending me like gifts from that
Choking.
film, and then he was like, "Can you do this?" And it was, with Cameron Diaz where she's like doing the little dance.
Yeah.
And he paid me to do that as a custom for him and like say his name in it while I'm pretending to be Cameron Diaz. But he was like dead onto this film. His profile picture was The Mask. His username was The Mask. Like,
I'll tell you
he
what,
loves
do you
The
reckon-
Mask.
That's autism, isn't it?
I think it might be, but yeah.
That's.
Or he got touched while that film was on in the background. It's
For
one of
whatever
those two
reason,
things.
he's got an unhealthy
innit?
obsession with it, but yeah.
Yeah, that was what I was
I used to have an obsession with Cameron because Cameron Diaz was like that was my favourite film when I was 6. So,
Yeah,
so
it's
to
like the
me,
first-
she was like the ideal woman when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's
So I
like,
could sort of see how that grew.
yeah, like fancying Cameron Diaz, I don't think counts as a fetish.
No, but I
I
can
think
see how
that's
that
a
would
pretty
grow, like-
mainstream
Was that your
opinion
first-
that Cameron Diaz was fit in the 90s.
Yeah.
Was that your first one that, like, the first woman that you looked at and thought that's what beauty is?
Yeah.
That's
What
what
was-
beauty is.
what-
You've put such a high-minded version of what
What's yours?
Kylie Minogue in the I just can't get you out of my head video. You know, when she's wearing that white sash thing and there's a load of middle boob out.
you know what
It had
mine
a
is?
powerful effect on me. That I was like watching the telly, just like.
Do you know what mine is? Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah. In Clueless.
I don't know.
Google Alicia Silverstone. Well, actually, Alicia Silverstone specifically in the Crying video by Aerosmith.
Yeah.
So she was crying, and you were like,
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
It's one of my stripper tendencies.
There she is.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, do you not think she's beautiful?
Yeah,
A
she was
sad
beautiful.
woman, like you were just like, yes.
Yeah, she was the first person that I remember thinking, like,
Yeah.
she
Do you remember
is-
like the first fella that you were like?
I do, but I was really weird. It wasn't a human.
It wasn't a human. Oh, fuck yes.
Are we back onto Little Mermaid again? Was it Flounder?
Sebastian.
Weird.
Grab
So-
me nips.
Why did Melody not have a Sebastian the Crab nipple clamp?
It was a Disney character, so it was close.
Oh, can we guess?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
go
think
on.
Beast.
Simba.
No, yeah, Simba.
Yes.
Simba, and then when the
Simba's a
second one came
child.
out, and it was, yeah, but I was a child. They
No,
were
Yeah.
the
when he
same
grows up
age.
though, don't he? And he becomes like good-looking guy. He's got like
Right.
curtains.
And
What
then he,
part
like,
of the
grows-
film are
Yeah,
you into?
how far across the log was he?
Yeah. Are we singing a Hakuna
About halfway
Matata?
past the log, like that was about when he
So
was.
that there.
Right, that
He's a
level.
good-looking
Yeah,
lad.
okay. See, I
bearing in
thought it was the
mind-
Simba on the right, and I was like, you are a
Oh,
cartoon
no,
nonce.
no.
He's got like the David Beckham.
Yeah, it's a very
haircut.
90s look to him, isn't it,
But
actually?
then,
yeah.
remember when the next one came out and Kovu, I was like, right, Simba can move across.
I don't
Kovu
remember.
was where
You're
it's at.
well into these Disney sequels, aren't you?
Kovu.
Yeah, I am a Disney fan.
Kovu,
Yeah, so
like,
then Kovu came
a
out.
bit
like,
more goth, bit of
bad
mascara.
boy,
Yeah.
So-
He's got the Elvis quiff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
And Ash from Pokemon, but other than that, I think that's about it.
Ash.
So weird.
I was a weird child.
You
Not,
know-
I've not even got much better as an adult, to be honest.
To be
but-
fair, we all fancied cartoons. Like Jessica Rabbit was like hot.
Yeah, like wasn't really a thing.
No,
in my
no,
What
childhood.
about
He never
Misty from
touched-
Pokemon?
What, sorry?
Did you like Misty from I just was obsessed with Pokemon.
No, I was into Matchup.
Oh, okay. What about Matt
Wank me up with
Champ?
6 arms.
I quite like Jinx.
Oh my god, what was that all about? Like, why did they make a Pokemon with like massive tits?
Yeah.
It was horny Japanese guys that were drawing cartoons.
Yeah. If you had to fuck a Pokemon, if you had to fuck one Pokemon,
Uh-huh.
what are you fucking?
Because
Because I reckon I'd go to town on a Clefairy.
Mate, nah, I'm shagging a Squirtle. Gonna have to put down plastic sheets.
Thing is, though, is if you shag a Squirtle and it doesn't squirt.
Oh, I'd be fucking gutted. You're like, don't bother faking it unless you're gonna squirt.
No, I really came. No, you fucking didn't.
I know you didn't. I know you didn't. I can see. Look how dry I am.
I bought this wetsuit for nothing.
How about you, Tom? What
I'd shove a Weedle up my ass.
Yeah, I don't really know Pokemon.
Pull it out like anal beads. Pop, 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 pop.
Because the Weedle's got a little helmet.
It might be less painful.
Yeah, you could sit on a Doug trio, just one for the other.
Which one you fucking?
I didn't watch Pokemon. I don't know anything about Pokemon.
Right, Google 151 Pokemon. You're finding a Pokemon to fuck right now.
All 151 Pokemon.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, the original lot, because they started bringing out more of them. Didn't
Yeah,
they?
oh my god, there's I bought the new Pokemon game. I think it's called Pokemon Scarlet or something.
Clefairy.
You're such a little nerd, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm playing it. I was like, what are all
More
these
than a
Pokemon?
little bit.
I do.
See, I'll be honest, none of them are grabbing my attention so far.
None of them are giving you a twinge.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to zoom in.
I've got to go for Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee. I can't decide which one yet.
You're like a bad boy, you, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, do you know why they're called Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee? After Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
So like a bit of fighter boys, I like it.
What's this one called? It looks like it's got a fanny in its belly.
Oh, Chances. Yeah.
Chances.
I'd quite like to
That's
put
a
my dick in
healing
the middle of a
Pokemon.
poly whirl.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wonder what would happen if you slammed it in the middle.
It'd be very sloppery, I think. Sloppy BJ's.
Oh, what's that opera singer one with the wig, about 4 up from the right, round the right hand column?
Drowsy? Oh no.
No. Scroll down, Tom. Why are you scrolling? Right, there we go. There,
Mr. Mime.
To the right. That
That's
one.
Jinx.
Oh, Jinx.
that
That's
is
who
Jinx.
it's
Oh, yeah,
about.
she's got big tits. Yeah.
Someone
Just like
made,
Jennifer Coolidge.
Someone made a
Does a
meme
bit,
of
actually, yeah.
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah. Maybe you should go for a Snorlax, Freddy, someone your own
I mean, a
size.
Magikarp would probably give you a good start.
That's
Too
true,
fun.
yeah. It's got those lips. Yeah. Anyway, there we go. Let us know in the comments which Pokemon you'd like to fuck.
Oh, what about a licky tongue?
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. I changed to Licky Tongue.
Why did we get onto this?
I don't know, man.
Because she wants to shag a lion.
Oh, yeah, it was you being a disgusting pervert. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Who saw that twist coming?
What's the maddest thing that you've seen while stripping? You must have some stories.
Oh god, I can't even think off the top of my head
'Cause-
because so many mad things happen on a daily that you just kind of like think, oh, like
When
it's
my
just
mate used
another
to do
day in the
it,
life.
when my mate used to do it, she was like, "Oh, there's a massive coke problem." Like,
Oh, yeah.
everyone was coked off their fucking tits.
Yeah, everyone's making a lot of cash. You know, it's a party sort of environment. You know, and I can see it. Yeah.
I literally hate cocaine now. I think that's one of the reasons because when I was a stripper, I think I did enough to like last me the rest of my life.
As comedians,
Now
we
I'm
can
like,
relate.
yeah.
It's the worst thing when an
Oh,
audience
yeah.
has done too
I
much
mean,
coke.
the minute that you said I went to Magaluf at 19, I was like, "Oh, she has defo. She has defo sniffed her first share."
Yeah. I had a couple have a breakup on the front row of Hot Water this weekend because he was beaked up to fuck.
Really?
Yeah, so in Hot Water, like the stage is really close to the front
Is that
row.
in Liverpool?
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
I
It's
wanted to
amazing.
go there.
Come hang out
I will,
sometime.
definitely,
That was great.
definitely.
We'll have a right good time, mate. It'll be dead
Amazing.
good. But yeah, like they're right close to you, and there's like 2 seats on either side of the stage, boxing it in, and then those seats was a couple, and like she was like all right. She was a bit pissed, but she was all right.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
the
yeah.
fella had this like wiry energy to him, and he was like leaning like this and sort of like.
Could he
just
lean
had
into the
this-
mic a bit more? So yeah, that's.
You don't need to hear me moving around, Freddie.
I
You want to
wanna-
just suck all momentum out of what I'm doing. I'm aware of where the microphone is. I'm coming back to it when I'm going to
Right.
talk, Freddie.
Okay.
All right? It's my first time doing this, you fucking cunt. so he's like got this fucking edgy energy and he's got 6 beers, right?
Oh,
And he's finished 3 of them. There's 3 empty glasses and 3 beers. And he's just like, Danny Mac tried talking to him a little bit, being like, you guys all right? Because they were just like fucking, they're already rowing a little bit. And he's like, are you all right? He talked to him a little bit, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah. And he was really like eggy with it. So like Danny did what he could, got him around, brings me on, and they just did not stop the entire way through. I had a little word with him. She was being a little bit apologetic. He was just being like, when I was talking to him, he was just getting like really fucking edgy. with it.
Really?
I finished my set, but like I had a fun time, sort of ignored it a bit, but it was really distracting. End of the set, I was just like, yeah, cheers everyone, see you later. And you guys, I hope you have a nice breakup. And apparently, like I like fucking ducked off, but he was like daggers and like security had to like get him.
Really?
Got chucked out in the break. Yeah. It was like he was like ready to fucking kill me for bringing it up.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
7 o'clock show.
Wow. On a Saturday?
Yeah, no, Friday.
On a Friday?
7 o'clock on a Friday, already just like.
Mate.
I mean, if you just any other city but Liverpool, then
yeah, it was
You
fucking
get them
wild.
all over. You get
Yeah.
nutters like that all over.
It's such a bad drug to do before comedy because, like, you got to sit quietly. Like, you know, you got to shut up. So, like,
I honestly couldn't think of anything worse than doing cocaine with your other half. Like, I want to do it with
You'd
the
have
lads.
to spend time with them.
that's how threesomes happen. that's the only way
I want
threesomes
to
occur.
do it. I want to do it with the lads and fuck all them.
Hey, lads, has your dick gone tiny as well? Let's all have a look.
Oh my god, who wants to be the mermaid? Sweat with your knees. Sweat with your knees, dirty boy.
Yeah, well, they did say mermaids were originally a myth that came out because people confused manatees for them. So, you know, you'd probably blend right in, wouldn't you?
Wow, that's the most educational fat joke you've done so far.
Thank you very much.
Well done, thank you.
You're welcome. All around the world, animals are abused and exploited for what they can give to humans. There are donkeys around the world being overworked and driven to poor health conditions everywhere. And if you give us £3 a month on Patreon, we can make sure that this big fat cunt will never sit on one and break their legs. So, in order to protect the donkeys of the world, please join our Patreon, patreon.com/deadbedtalkpod, and get loads of specials and that. I just wanted to sound like we were doing a charity and then we weren't. Patreon.
What is you got on there? What's that about? What's that on the show notes?
Can't remember.
Oh, great.
Brilliant.
I put a link up, didn't title it, so
Let's
Nice.
see what we've got.
let's see what we got. IT worker sues her boss, believing XX in email were kisses.
do you know? Sorry, can I just say something on this?
Yeah.
I once got sacked from a strip club because I put I put kisses on to the boss, and his bird saw it and apparently kicked off and was like, and they sacked me
Oh.
from the strip club.
She is somebody who is not okay with her fella owning a strip.
Yeah, but also her fella is definitely cheated on her loads. So,
yeah.
I mean, he owns a strip club. He's got access to all the strippers who are obviously up his ass for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So
Because that's what
I
he's
would
into.
guess that.
Do you have to suck up?
Prince William Strip Club.
Do you have to suck up to the bosses then in order to?
I mean, you
I think
don't
quite
have
literally
to,
in that
but-
industry sometimes.
I mean, some of the bosses are very seedy and some of them are like. I mean, it all just depends where you work and
Yeah.
like the bosses are obviously
Really?
different. But obviously, like if you're like one of the clubs that I work in, like. I've known the owner of it for years and years and years, but whereas like it's not like I get away with murder, but it's
Yeah.
like I kind of like I can be a bit more like
Yeah.
I hope you don't watch this. They're like right, that's
Yeah.
you getting the whip cracked, but like it kind of like it does help if you're on like better terms with the boss because you
Yeah.
can kind of get away with more,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is what you want really.
What's the
Totally,
tattoo
yeah.
in between your boobs there? I
It is- oh
keep
my
sort
God,
of
right.
I keep looking, but I don't want you to think I'm looking at your boobs. I'm
It's
looking at the
fine.
tattoo.
So I'm an Aries, so
Absolutely
that's why
outrageous
it's a rom.
lie.
And before I got my boobs done again, I used to have quite a titty gap.
You used to have a titty gap.
I used to have a titty gap, so I was like, "What can I use to?" I didn't know that you could literally have your tits pushed back together.
Can you?
Or you could just have a gap, let it
So
roll.
I had the gap, and then I was like, "Oh, I didn't like." There was a bit like skew whiff, and then
Much
I
love to all
got-
my gappy sisters out there.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with a gap. Love your gaps, girl. But I just wanted. Well, I went to Turkey I went in lockdown to get one surgery done, and because it was lockdown, like I went like for an emergency. But then they were like, "Well, you're here now. You can have anything you want done." And I obviously had all this OnlyFans money from lockdown. I was like, anything. So I literally spent so much money. I got everything done.
So what did you have done?
I got So I got a filler put in my ass because I've got a big dint in my ass from where I fell off a stripper pole, and I've had like 2 BBLs that didn't get rid of it.
Like buffing out a
Full on-
car?
yeah, basically, yeah. Well, like
Use a big plunger, pouring a kettle on it.
Do you know what? We can't give you surgery, but we can cut that out.
I think they just put some like mad filler in it, but I got that done and then just loads of little bits. But they also pushed my tits together, but because I got the tattoo done first, I didn't realise that because now it like the dagger gets like it's got basically gone at that point.
Yeah.
So, but before it like you could see the whole thing.
Okay.
Now it just disappears
So
between my tits.
you got tits pushed together.
Yeah,
What else did you get done?
I got a nose job, my teeth done, my ass done, and my boobs implants taken out and put back in.
Did you just look at the menu and just go, yes?
Pretty much. Yeah, I just got there and I was like, anything.
Yeah.
So So why did you get the implants taken out and put back in?
Because I already had. So I'd had my implants in for like 7 years at the time, and then they were like, "Oh, like because I just said to him, like, is there anything you can do about my tits? Like, make them close together. And they were like, basically like, yeah, we can do this. So then when they took the implants out, they was like, well, you have to have them replaced like it's meant to be every 10 years anyway. So I was like,
While
might
we're
as well
here.
just have them.
Yeah.
While you're here, might as well just.
Did you get them
fresh
replaced with the
pair.
same size?
I got slightly bigger.
So how
I didn't want to go too big. I'm already pretty big.
so how big are your boobs now?
I never actually had them measured. I just guess. I don't like to know exactly because then if I go in a shop and they don't have my size, then at least if I don't know my size, I can just be, oh, this can be my size, so I can squeeze into this.
I mean, no one's checking. You can't just do that if you know.
I kind of like that.
I do that with jeans.
What, just guess.
You really should check.
Zips digging.
I would say I'm roughly about. Well, I used to go for about 30-40. But like give up like as well from different shops, different places, like doesn't always fit. I have been known to squeeze into a D if I've needed to. So yeah, or stuff up an F.
So back to this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. An IT worker sued a boss for sexual harassment after believing his use of XX, YY, and question marks in an email asking for more information was a coded way of asking for sexual relations. Karina Gasparova also claimed that, whatever his name is.
No.
Give it a go.
Karina Gasparova also claimed that when Alexander Gulandris renamed a work file with his initials AJG, it was an abbreviation of a jumbo genital.
That is hilarious.
Is she messing?
She's a moron. She's an absolute moron. She thought
Or a genius who has cracked this code.
Unless that document was a picture of a massive cock, then...
A jumbo genital said no man ever.
When I do my dick ratings from now on, if anyone sends me a big piece, that is my response. Oh,
Jumbo
I really like that
genital.
jumbo.
That's an
genital.
AJG.
Like it's a sausage roll from Greg.
Also, genitals is plural. Like
No, you
no
can't
one
have
goes.
a genital.
Yeah, have I not got a genital?
But you've got genitals. A person has genitals.
Is it not genitalia?
Genitalia.
Yeah, genitalia. Isn't it?
Yeah. So a jumbo genital would be like one giant
Yeah, but
testicle.
maybe this IT guy's not great at grammar, but really good at acronyms.
Also,
It's
maybe
just-
the woman might be an idiot.
Go on.
No,
Okay, let's not
I
rule it
believe
out.
all women.
Uh, Anyway, her claims were, the Employment Tribunal at London Central Court said Ms. Gasparova's perception of events was skewed. Her claims were rejected.
Why?
I think the rest of it is just pretty boring now. Basically, she thought that he was trying to chat her up.
Right, can we read the email that presented this evidence, the email from Mr. Glandris read?
Can you please complete the following? The solution, us currently used by XX Agris companies and YY barge lines in corn cargoes in south-north flows in the question mark waterways.
So that's what she thought was a sexual advance.
That's what she thought was a sexual advance.
Mate, she
It's
must
in
have
the-
hated algebra class at school. Just like, I think my teacher's trying to bang me. X goes into Y, does it? Oh, yeah. Dick goes into my arse. Yeah.
Find X. Is it on your dick by any chance, sir? What a stupid
An
cunt.
alluring voice.
Further allegations included Ms. Gulandris saying...
Mr.
Haven't I...
Glandris.
Oh, sorry, there's a bit of...
Please don't misgender this Greek man.
Sorry, there was a mark on my screen. It's cool. Further allegations included Mr. Galandris saying, have a nice evening, in what Ms. Gasparova described as an alluring voice.
I want to hear it. Go on, Rob.
But it's a Greek man, so I need to get into Greek.
Right. We'll all do.
Halloumi.
We'll all do. We'll all do a
how
Greek.
do we get into Greek? I can't
Smash some plates.
Yeah.
remember. Plates. A Greek. What do Greeks sound like?
I have.
George Zach. Does a lot of this.
So,
A Greek.
so
I know, but it's close, isn't it?
So I-
Hairier Italians.
where I grew up, there's a Greek chippy called Andreas.
Right.
And he was
Andreas.
insane. And so he used to do a thing, right? If you go in late, just before he was about to close, he'd do a special called the Dog's Bollocks.
Right.
And he
Dog is bollocks.
yeah, and he'd throw in chips and then sausage and then two other things as well, like little
His balls.
yeah, and his dick.
Right, I'm going to do a Greek alluring have a nice.
Okay,
right,
ready?
Greek alluring.
Have a nice evening.
Oh, that was very Italian.
Very Italian. Have a nice
I
evening.
mean, that's close though, Italy and Greece, isn't it?
Papadopoulos. I'm trying to say Greek things to get me into it.
Have a nice...
Acropolis. Socrates. Have a nice evening.
What the fuck was
That's
that?
alluring Greek. Have a nice evening.
Can you do like an alluring Greek accent?
Probably not, but I can give it a go.
Go on, give it a go.
Oh God, I don't.
It's hard, isn't it?
It's
Yeah, I
hard.
would've
Greek's
never-
a hard accent to.
Have a
I'm
nice
trying.
evening.
I wanted to do that, but that's not right. Is it?
No, but I
Close
feel
enough.
like-
They do a lot of Mediterranean gestures, the Greeks.
Have a
you
nice
know.
evening.
They're very expressive people, the
Okay.
Greeks.
So he said, have a nice evening. And she was like, oh, this guy is
That is
defo.
too sexy.
Yeah.
Defo trying to
She's using the
fuck
letter
me.
X around me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did go, have a nice evening.
Have a
Yeah.
nice
Do you know,
evening.
right, can we Google this woman and see what she looks like?
Probably not.
Why?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think she's a famous woman. I think.
No, I reckon if
Well,
you
she's
Google
not, you reckon?
Karina Gasparova,
And why does it matter what she looks like, Freddie?
because I'm going to go out on a limb and say that she's not fit.
I don't know if there's going to be a picture of it. Hold
Oh,
on.
there
there
is.
she is.
And I fucking called it. Thank you.
She looks very
Thank you.
She
simple,
looks like a
doesn't
Karen.
Is that Galandris on the right as well? Yeah, that's Galandris.
Oh, mate, if I was him, I'd be fuming.
she? Yeah.
That should have been his defence. Fucking look at it. Look at it.
I've harassed way fitter than her.
He does look like someone who would harass someone, though. as well.
Sure, but she also looks like someone who would complain when
He
it
looks
wasn't
like
ripped.
a Mediterranean Nick Griffin.
He does a bit, yeah. Kick me out.
Oh, fucking hell,
Got a
man.
big stupid face.
Yeah, that is mad.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yes.
Have you brought anything?
Oh, we do. I tell you what we're doing is to talk about
Yeah.
the horse cum bet rules.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
yeah.
we only talked about it in the Patreon. We need
Yeah,
to tell
sure.
The public about
Oh, well, we've got another thing we have to talk about as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom fucked up real bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, right, the horse cum thing.
So, so basically, we have milestones, Gia, when we hit certain Patreons. And Tom has agreed that, he agreed on Twitter foolishly that when we hit 5,000, that he drinks some horse cum.
Yeah.
Because we
Right.
talked about it on the podcast. Actually, the clip of us talking about that now has over 1 million views on Instagram. It's like, I was talking about horse cum. So yeah, he's promised it. So we've now but then he promised he'd drink like pints of it on Twitter. He was talking a big game.
Yeah.
Then he fannied out. He realised that he'd gone too hard.
It's just I don't want that to be what I'm known as forever.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't have said it on Twitter then.
Yeah.
So then he's gone, it's got to happen before September or whatever, which isn't going to happen. It was unrealistic. So we weren't having that. So we've now formulated new rules for the cum challenge at
Yeah. These are
£5.
established. These are settled
They're
rules.
established. They're all on the Patreon if you want to see the specific rules. But the long and short of it is there will be a competition where Tom maybe drinks cum blindfolded. And if he doesn't,
Yeah.
then...
Shots.
It's
like,
a 50-50
shots.
shot. One is horse cum, one isn't. If I don't drink the horse cum, Rob then has
Yeah.
the 50-50 shot. And if he doesn't, then Freddie has a 50-50 shot.
Right.
Sort of, yeah, that's about it.
It's
Are you doing
that's
that
the long
today?
and short.
Not
The whole
Damn.
if and because we sort of negotiated it today.
Yeah,
like
if you
on
want to see the full
podcast.
negotiations and the full specifics of the rules, it's all on Patreon. And was it the last one that we put out?
And if you want to see one of us maybe drink horse cum, sign up to Patreon.
Yeah. So, Tom, you've done a really bad thing that's got us in trouble with the police, haven't you?
No.
Tom?
Yes.
Tom.
Yeah, Tom.
Did you by
Did-
any
did-
chance?
did-
so here's
Have the
thing,
police
Gia.
been involved?
Apparently.
So, Gia, we have a thing where we get our fans to send in the worst videos on their phone,
Right.
right? And they send
They
in
fucking
all
deliver.
sorts of horrific
Wow, okay.
videos. The worst stuff you've seen on the internet. We have a few rules: no animals, no death, no racism, and no
Children.
Children.
Okay.
Although if you
Weird
can-
you forgot that one.
If you can get one doing all four, then fuck it. So we recently lost our old number, didn't we?
Yeah, so we had like a phone number. There was a weird like virtual SIM. It was like, it wasn't a real phone.
Right.
But then like something happened with like the company, the app had bought it off. There was a glitch. Anyway, we lost that phone number. So that went back into the ether. So we had to get a new phone number. We've like told that to everyone. So it is what's on the board, isn't it?
Whatever Rob has said
Out
on the
loud.
out loud.
07354 188 257 is the new WhatsApp
It's the
number.
new WhatsApp number.
However,
There was an issue.
there was an issue.
There was an issue. What
a
happened,
certain
Tom?
stupid little dick
Yeah.
put the wrong
Idiotic
number
little moron.
in the description, and so some poor child
Oh no.
has had loads of videos
I'm so sorry.
sent to his phone.
And it was a child.
And his
a
dad,
child.
So people have
his
been, people have
dad
been
con-
messaging me saying that their
Yeah,
parents have
his
been
dad was
contacted.
like, "I'm gonna have to contact the police."
So rang the people who'd sent the the videos being like, why have you sent
What-
this to
yeah,
my
what-
son?
Nobody's contacted us yet.
Because they don't know it's us, Tom, because our fans aren't grassies, thank fuck.
Thank God.
But you really fucked it up
Yeah.
bad there.
You
it-
specifically.
It's been on about 8 YouTube descriptions, maybe.
Yeah.
And also, some people messaged me saying, "What's the new number?" I may have sent them the wrong number directly.
Did you
Fucking
not
idiot.
wonder why you weren't getting any new videos?
But we were, because Rob was
Oh.
saying it right.
Yeah, I
but
was
on the
saying it out loud
description,
correctly.
right,
And
okay.
what was even worse was Tom tried to pin it on me as well. In our little WhatsApp group chat, he was like, fucking hell, Rob, you've read this out wrong. We've got all this thing with the police. Fuck's sake, Rob, you fucked it. Everyone's having a go at me. And I'm like, I'm sure I fucking haven't.
Here's a question, right? How many videos do you reckon that kid has got before he's gone, I need to tell my dad about this?
How many weeks was it going on?
Honestly, we get, I would say, at a conservative estimate, our WhatsApp receives about 1 to 200 of the worst videos on the
my
internet weekly. So
Jesus, man.
This kid has just been bombarded.
I mean, I reckon the kid's not said anything, and the dad's just been like, "What are you watching on your phone about? Where have you got all that from?" And he's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't want to say anything."
yeah.
He's not going to cut himself off from that supply, is it?
No, to be fair,
But
like-
it's not
no,
nice, Paul.
This is it. The videos we
might
get
be
sent
into
aren't. If they're into it, that dad has done something to that kid. Because like the stuff we get is not
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, the
Right.
dad's annoyed because some of the videos are of him.
Yeah, it was Daddy Schofield.
Yeah.
Woo!
That injunction's running out soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did Good Morning Britain this morning. They did not want to talk about it.
Did they not?
No, they
It's
did
very
not.
weird that that presenter of 20 years has left and they haven't done a goodbye episode or mentioned him again or thanked him on the telly.
Well,
Yeah.
I did have a chat with a couple of runners. Off
Yeah, how old were
camera, what?
How old were these runners?
Mate, believe you me, we'll talk about it on a Patreon where it's slightly more like that I can get away with it. But yeah, they were like, there was a lot of this morning. Walking around Good Morning Britain this morning, there was a lot of, you know,
Oh.
and there was a lot of people as well who were, because what happens is you do the Good Morning Britain thing, and then they tweet it out almost immediately within an hour. They tweet out a clip, and then they tweet out the full
You should
thing.
let people watching this know the context of this, that you were on Good Morning Britain this morning debating fucking, what was it this time? The life of Brian?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
They always get Quinn in for the big issues.
So basically, there was a thing about transgender jokes, and they were like, "Well, who do we know that is an authority on transgenderism?" And then they rang the
a
bad
man
signal.
with tits.
Writer of the hit sitcom.
What did you say?
Writer of the hit sitcom Transitioning.
Ah, yeah.
Freddie
yeah.
wrote a sitcom script years ago called Transitioning, and we found it while he was away and read it
I
out.
was
It
about
was really
18.
bad.
They're such pricks. Anyway, right. So I got to debate it with Kate Smurthwaite, which was always fun. And yeah, that's it. I got the phone call last night. They ring me randomly and they go, "Oh, you'll never guess what. Duncan from Blue has just trimmed his lawn too small or something." And then they go, "Oh, should we be trimming our lawns too small? Or does that get rid of wildlife or something?" And then I go on.
I don't care about wildlife. £150, please.
Yeah. That's literally it, plus my expenses.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plus expenses.
Yeah, so that's why he was wandering around the set this morning, you know, trying to investigate.
Carrying 100 hash browns.
As is his want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Can't
Do we have a
remember what
lovely
was
question, Tom?
Ah, we've probably got some.
So our fans sending some questions. This is
Because, you know, this can get a bit dark sometimes, so we like have lovely questions, sort of lighten the mood a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom's lovely question. Oh, isn't that lovely? If you had to fuck one of the kings of England, past or present, who are you fucking?
Can we not have the queens as well? Can I have, like, Queen
No,
Mary?
got to be a king.
Got to be a
Oh
king.
God, I don't know any of the kings other than the one that's now.
Yeah, I'd want the one from the King's Speech. I want him stuttering on my dick.
It'd take
I'm
him
gonna
ages to say no.
If you want me to stop, your safe word is Persepolis. Good luck.
If I had to fuck one, like, as in, if I had to fuck one in the ass.
Oh, mate,
you
I'd
do
love
whatever you
to
want.
watch you fuck Henry VIII. It'd be like that
Is that
Spider-Man meme.
Richard III.
Yeah.
Oh, is it like the cripple one?
Yeah, but now he wants to just be like humping a hole in the ground in Leicester. Get this on time, team.
Jizz on the floor of a car park.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
This does require more knowledge of the Kings of England than we have. I know, like 3.
How many are there? Google Kings
Yeah,
of
let's
England.
get them Googled. Come on, Tom.
Let's find
Help
them
us
up.
out.
Kings of England.
And then you can see which one's fit, Gia.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not gonna go for the one that killed all his wives.
That's Henry VIII, the one that
VIII.
looks like Freddy. So, you know, it's always already a good
As a
reason not
woman-
to fuck him.
As a woman, surely Charles would be all right with his big old fingers.
I don't think they're
Helpful.
like good big, though. You know, like, they
Who
don't...
would have been the richest?
I think they're all pretty rich, mate. They're all
Yeah.
kings.
Then-
So I think, you know, pretty equal on that. They own the whole country.
Right,
Well, this
well,
guy
then
looks
I'm
like
easy.
Stephen Fry.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah.
And this guy does as well.
Is this the best that you've managed to get? 6 kings, 8 kings.
I've literally Googled Kings of England and put images. What else would I want to do? Here's a
There we
bigger
go.
image.
Get all of them up. There we go. Can we zoom in? This is like the Pokemon all again.
Yeah, I think I'd do Clefairy.
Yeah. Can you zoom in any more on that?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Tom, remember how you can zoom on a browser.
I never use this browser. apart
Tom,
from here.
Down.
Tom,
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah,
no,
where it says
no.
update. The little
Across,
There we
no,
go.
yeah.
There we go. Zoom. Hey, look at him go. Look at him go.
There we go. Here's some kings.
Right, we can't read their names or see the pictures.
Nah, it's a bad picture.
You've
Oh, what
absolutely fucked this.
What about the Puritan guy?
Which one?
Oliver Cromwell?
Yeah.
It wasn't a king.
He wasn't a king.
That
No.
was very much his whole vibe.
Ah,
mate.
right. So the guy after that, Charles the Second, Charles the Third.
Second, I
He
think.
was like the fun guy. He was loads of fun 'cause he brought stuff back. He'd be a laugh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's not all about it's not all about physical attraction. I want to gel with someone.
Yeah. Is there anyone in the modern royal family you'd have a go on?
Oh, probably not.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
a
think
big
they're
fan
all
of the
minging,
monarchy,
aren't
to
they?
be honest.
I tell you, I wouldn't go for Edward the Confessor.
Uh-huh.
Guess who bummed me?
Meghan Markle, she's part of the royal family. Or was?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but it's a king, innit?
Okay.
Yeah, she's married in, you
Yeah.
know. Like, I
And
don't-
now married out. Well, they're both out now, aren't they? They're both quit. They've been royals, haven't they?
God,
So-
yeah. And do you know what? We never heard from him since.
Yeah.
Didn't they get weren't they in like a car chase the other day or something? It was on the
Apparently
road.
so, yeah. They
Some-
claimed they were in like a
New
near
York car
fatal
chase.
car chase.
Yeah.
Probably not as exciting as it sounds, but
Yeah.
Not the most exciting one involving a royal. The Royal Family 3 Tokyo Drift. Let's go.
So funny. Have you
All
got
right, well,
any
what a-
silly questions?
What a fucking awful selection of lovely questions today, Tom.
Sorry.
Like, come on. Come on. There's got to be a good one in here.
There must be.
Come on.
Oh, up there,
Yeah.
up, there,
He's so shit at using a
there,
computer.
that one.
That
This
one.
one. How many wanks can you fit in an hour?
Right. Well, it really depends. It depends if the clock stops between wanks. Because, like,
What
are
do
we,
you
are we
mean?
including
What do you mean?
recuperation time?
No, the whole thing is an hour.
You've got an
You've
hour.
got an hour,
How
yeah.
many can you crank out?
Yeah.
I'm 34. 2 on a great day.
Really?
On a great day.
Yeah.
To
Ah,
recover
yes.
in between. When I was 19,
Yeah.
it's a different story.
I'm much more of a pervert than you, I think.
Right. And, like, I just don't think you have the cardio for more than one.
No, but I have the willpower.
Right.
So the flesh is weak, but the spirit is incredibly willing. The spirit is really willing.
I definitely don't think you can finish 3.
I'm 4, I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon I could do 4.
I honestly reckon I could do 4. If my life depended on it, if you said to me right now, £1 million, 4 wanks in an hour, I'd do that. I would get that done.
There's
Yeah.
no chance.
Oh, there's a 100% chance.
It's not going to be a nice time.
Oh no, but it's going to be $1 million.
Do you know what
I
I
wouldn't do it on every day, but if it was £1 million,
Do you know what I'd do? Do you know what I'd do? Is I would jizz. Yes,
Yeah.
I'd have
Great
a wank,
plan so far.
I'd
Yeah.
come, and then I'd immediately try again
Yeah.
to try and
I
and
think
then
you need
I'd
a little
give
bit
it,
of a break.
and then I'd give it 20 minutes.
Mm. I had a girlfriend was trying to nosh me off immediately after I'd come again, and I pushed through, and then I ended up getting migraines every time I jizzed for the next like 6 months because I
Oh,
pushed through that hard. It like popped something in my head.
Really?
Yeah, so this is what you got to worry about. Yeah,
I'd do that for £1 million though.
yeah. So you don't have you don't have the reload time.
Yeah,
Gia,
it's
so you've got a
different for
natural
girls,
advantage
isn't
there.
it?
You can just sort of push through for the full hour.
If you had to,
I mean, yeah, I've done like hour long, well, more than hour long, like cam shows and stuff
Mm.
before, where I used to do like 6-hour cam shift, so you're basically just wanking for 6 hours, basically. Next.
Did you have like a lunch break or?
No, surprisingly enough, you just have to like stay on.
You must have had to have some water. You got to stay hydrated.
Oh yeah, I
there.
had water, but it was when I used to do Babe Station, and that they did this like. It was like during like the first lockdown when I was still figuring out what I wanted to do, and they was like, "Oh yeah, we're doing like Babe Station from home now. You can just like be in your house." I was like, "Okay."
What a job! That's ace.
It was all right, but like it wasn't great. I was thinking, "Oh, Babe Station gonna be quite good," but I didn't really make that much money.
Right.
And it was kind of as well. You doing these really long shifts, where I was like, obviously with OnlyFans and other sites, you can just kind of like hop on as and when. Whereas this was
to
like,
make a video pop off. Yeah.
and you had to do their shift, and it was no set wage. So like, I'm like I'm working for, and like I didn't have much try. It was just not that good. But like, it's a long time to be sitting.
I hear you. Yeah.
Have you done porn, Gia?
I mean, like I would say my content is porn, but I've never done like professional. I've never been like paid from a company to film, but I do
just independent.
Yeah, like amateur porn. I think I wouldn't like somebody to have like the rights to the content. So all the content I do is like content share. Like I've worked with a guy, we've had like a videographer filming it and blah blah, but like we've like hired that ourselves, so it's been like no one else has the rights to that content other than
us. You own the means of production. Good on you.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
Are you on like Pornhub and that?
I did make an account on Pornhub, and I was gonna put a video on there a while ago. I am gonna put a video on there because the way I see it, like if I have one shit hot video on Pornhub, like there's only so many times you can wank to that one video. So
it's the same business model we've got. We give a lot away free.
Yeah,
but if you want to see the real juicy stuff, you got to get on Patreon.
Well, that's like shameless plug here. My OnlyFans is completely free to join. Both
there you
my
go.
free page
Shout
and
out
my
the
VIP.
handle.
So it's at Gia Clarke.
There you go.
Find me everywhere on there. But yeah,
we've got loads of dudes watching this who are not getting
unreal.
any action and would love to see a fanny.
Well,
so you know, you're
gonna.
I reckon we've got a lot of dudes who maybe have broken that hour-long record.
Well,
let us know how many you've managed.
So wait, if your OnlyFans is free, how do you make money?
Pay-per-views and like premium services. So like I offer like
that's genius.
sessions and things. So but I basically do offer everything for free, and I go live quite a lot on my page.
Right.
I used to do quite a lot of like sexting, which is where you send like the guys videos and stuff. But I think like now guys prefer you to be live. I still do a lot of sexting, but like say I can go live for like an hour and make what I would have been sat for hours and hours sexting, and I can make that in an hour because you're literally live and you're literally saying like, look, I'm here, send me a tip. So guys will tip. Like
really?
Yeah, like the lives are really good for that and like getting tips. You kind of have to be really but I have a spinning wheel, so they all say stuff like suck dildo, twerk, and all these little things. So the guys will tip me like $25 to spin my wheel.
See, I'm not really bothered about the porn bit, but the Wheel of Fortune bit,
the gambling.
Well, that's what it is. So that like I think a lot of it is because my page, like I had this conversation like a few days ago, like. So everyone runs their OnlyFans completely differently, and because my page is free, I have to like be like, right, this is my free page, but it's more like a storefront. So I do a lot of games. Like I'll have like flip the coin, spin the wheel. Like I'm trying to do something with a roulette wheel, just like any games, because I know that when guys come onto my page, like it gives them something fun, and they're all ultimately getting the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you win a sex tape on this, sexting on that. But I just kind of like sell it in different ways to make it fun for the guys.
It's
to buy.
like you're like Ryanair. Like the flight.
That is so insulting.
No, but I mean, like the flight.
I think you like
they don't
Emirates.
make.
Thank you.
The flight they don't make money on, but they upsell all the other stuff. That's what I meant.
Do you know what the best way I found? Right, when I first got Fortnite,
cheap and full of stag doos.
And when she makes someone come, she goes da 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 da.
Everyone applauds.
No, it's like, do you know the game Fortnite? Right, so that's a free game, innit? And it's same with like
but they sell skins and things, but they got loot boxes. It's the exact same thing you do.
And like when I downloaded it, I was like, I'm not spending any real money on that. And I think that's why like guys will join my page and they'll think, oh, she's done a slag on OnlyFans, not giving her any money. But then I think the longer
they'll come to like you as a, you know,
so I just let the freeloaders freeload, and then
that's
until they're ready to spend.
It's a much better way of doing it than Ryanair, isn't it? Like, I'm gonna have a wank with me fanny, and then I'm gonna hand out scratch cards. One of you might win a tenner.
Scratch and sniff, scratch that.
For fuck's sake, Tom.
So if you were sort of like, because if you were a young girl listening to this who wanted to start off on OnlyFans,
how young? Do you want to put a marker on that?
Yes, 16 and above.
That's not the marker.
Yeah, it is.
It's not. No, it's 18.
You want to start off on OnlyFans, right? What advice could you give to people? This is the best sort of do's and don'ts.
Consistency, definitely, because you get so many girls that like will come like asking for advice and they're like, oh, can you help me, blah blah, and I'll help them, and then I'll go back to him in like 2-3 months and they're like, oh, it's that, because what happens is with a lot of OnlyFans accounts, your initial spike, like when you make an account for the first time, people are like, oh my god, like this person's on OnlyFans now, and like it'll do really well, so people think, oh my god, like this is really easy, and then when that initial like is gone, then that's when it starts to get more difficult. But that's when you kind of really have to be like, right, even though I'm not making as much as I was in the start, like you have to kind of be consistent so that then the guys can kind of give them a reason to stay. Because
so spikes and then it's like that and then back up. Yeah.
Because you think as well, how many girls are doing this now?
Yeah.
And it's like, what out of all these millions of girls, why are you so special?
I did read an article
Being
about
fit
this.
is not enough anymore.
It's really not.
Oh,
No.
totally.
Like, there's girls that are stunning, right? And they've like messaged me to do like, because obviously when on like the OnlyFans girls obviously will network or do like shout outs with each other, and like we'll send each other our stats so that you can see like, because you obviously want to network with people who have similar stats to you, so it's like a fair trade. But like, so obviously some girls are now thinking, wow, you're absolutely stunning, and then like the percentage I'll be like, oh wow, like I would have thought because you look like that you're making a lot more money. But like I said, it's because porn is so easy accessible. There's beautiful girls that are getting railed for free on Pornhub and stuff, so like why, unless you're giving a personality and a reason for people to spend money on you. So that's the best advice that you have, and definitely like social media and stuff is so important. People think, oh, I can just be faceless and hide, but like unless you're giving, like Rebecca's been on here, she's like from TikTok and stuff.
We love Beck.
Shout out Rebecca. She's amazing on like TikTok and stuff. I think a lot of her success is down to that because she's a big personality
she's
on
funny
TikTok.
and
yeah. So like unless like you're gonna bring something like that to the table, it's kind of like you have to think, well, what am I doing that's making me special?
You'd probably be best off, wouldn't you? Like picking one fetish. And being
that's
like,
what a lot of girls
that's what
do.
I'm going to do.
Have you seen the fart in a jar girl?
Oh, my God, no. Get it up right now. Fart in a jar.
She's called Stepanka or Stephanie Manako. She owns her own OnlyFans
Not on a
website
jar.
called...
Fart on a jar. You fart in the jar, obviously. Why would you fart on a jar? Why would you fart on a jar, you fucking idiot?
So someone
My God.
told me like what she does is she gets these like rose petals and she farts on the rose petal and puts it in like a bauble and then sells that, and she makes like 70k a week farting.
There we go. Like, she's got a YouTube video. I made 100 grand selling my farts in a jar. Yeah.
Right.
And now she owns her own website.
Can I see a picture of it?
Reacting to people smelling my $1,000 fart jars.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd buy a fart in a jar.
Can we watch the reacting to people smelling my $1,000 farts?
Imagine if you could fart.
She got ill, you know, from eating. Do you know, she was eating food to like make her farts stink more, and she got ill.
That's really
dedication
funny.
to the job.
That's really funny.
You just do it for the love of the game, don't you, Freddie?
Oh yeah. Yeah. When I eat all that cheese, it's because I want to eat the cheese.
What's tootin', guys? Today we are
What's
taking
tootin'?
it back
Okay,
to
what's
where
tootin' is very funny.
started. We are going
Okay,
to
she
be
is kind of
reacting
beautiful,
to
isn't she?
She was
Yeah,
on,
she's very pretty,
I
yeah.
think she was
to my fart
on,
jar.
she was on some kind of American reality TV program. She was on like Married at First Sight America or something. So she already had like quite a big platform
Married
going
at first
into
smell.
it. Literally. I wonder if she came off single or not.
Do you know what? Married at first smell is a fucking thing that I could get on board with.
Yeah.
But it's all the fattest, sweatiest people you can find.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the
Found
show.
one.
Come on.
Ours.
We're gonna need to
Yes,
skip
that's
forward
like
for anything
It's
to
about
Yeah, yeah.
20 minutes long.
She's-
you know.
Just
Skip.
go forward
I'm
until
actually
you can
going
see in the
Skip it
preview.
halfway
Yeah,
Okay,
look,
you
that
see
was
the
a
video.
little jar.
No, that was like
Immediate
Asmongold.
YouTube videos unboxing fart jars.
Unboxing
I have
farts.
people working for me who have been sending my fart jars, my products out
Oh,
for me. Can
man.
I reckon she
verify
might be getting
that
other
all
people
of
to
the
do
fart
that
jars
themselves.
that I sent out, and I sent out
Yeah,
quite a
definitely. There's
few,
no way
that
to
all of
validate
the
that this
ones
has
are
come
being
from her
unboxed in
ass.
every single
How
video
much-
Maybe
are
she
legit
might video
fart
it
jars.
though.
Oh, I love the idea that she's saying it's hers, but really in the back garden she's got a factory of like Chinese women just farting in
in jars.
Or just a dog, like, you know. But it's like,
Just one smelly dog.
yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah. I've heard of like people who sell like the knickers online, getting a dog to lick them and then stick them in
How
the
much-
post.
how
I
much-
sell my knickers, but I don't get my dog to lick. I just wear them and it saves me getting them washed. Like there's just never any knickers in my laundry.
And also
It's
as
like,
well,
Yeah.
fresh
Bag of
That's money.
next.
Yeah.
box fresh underwear is the best underwear as well. Do you know what I mean? Like box fresh.
Yeah, but it's not box fresh after I've been wearing it for 2
No,
days.
no, no, but you always get to have box fresh stuff because you wear it
Oh,
and
yeah,
then sell
true,
it,
I
and
get
so you
that.
get to wear the.
She's got to wear it till
Yeah.
it's rank though to really get the money out of it.
I kind of just wear them and then like I'll like buy a new knickers and then when it's time for like a new knicker shop, I'll just like cascade all them ones and then
You
just
just
get
smush
rid of
it
them.
and-
But I give it. Do you know I said I play a lot of games? I give them away as prizes. Like so, I'll be on my spinning wheel. I'll be like, "Oh
You
yeah,
want some
you won my
knickers?"
pounds." Literally, but they love it. The guys love it, and
Yeah.
I love it. It's better for me.
That's
but do you know
fun.
what? It's really awkward as well. Go into my post office a couple of times a week and be like, "What's in the bag?" And I'm like, "Clothes." I'm like,
Are you,
"Is
are you
it worth over
posting
£50?"
herring?
Do you know like a tuna company? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, but it is.
Yeah, but good
But I
on
get
her.
it.
Like, look, if you can make a grand selling a fart in a jar, I cannot knock the fucking hustle. Like, fair
Yeah.
fucking play.
If anybody
sister
would like
Panker.
to buy my farts, I would be happy to do it.
Yeah.
Shit,
Let's start the bidding at £1,000.
We'll start it there and see what happens.
Yeah, your little fart, you open the jar and it goes, "Gee, mister, I'm a poo." Should we watch some videos before we fuck off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a couple. So, is there anything in particular, Gia, that like when you sit, like makes you like cringe or like turns your stomach? Like Freddie's got a weird thing about beans. He like
Oh.
hates baked beans. Like Jamie Hutchinson can't stand the sight of mash. We had Sam Gore who's freaked out by toothpaste. Is there
Oh,
anything like that with you, or any
yeah.
videos in particular that you couldn't? you'd be like,
Ketchup, the
really?
Yeah.
Ketchup grosses you out?
yeah. My best friend, she's like with cucumbers, and I love her. And my other best friend, she's like
Oh
with
god,
bananas.
awful
But they're
cucumbers and
follow
bananas in
subjects.
OnlyFans. What an affliction.
Well, luckily those two don't do OnlyFans.
Right.
But like, yeah, I've ketchup is just I don't
Fair.
like the taste. I don't like the look at it. And dish sponges. I have to get that one on a stick. You know, but obviously, I flashed my fanny online, so I've got a dishwasher at this point. But before, back in the day,
Yeah.
when I have to get one of them things on a stick. I can't stand it. But I don't know if that's just me being a princess. Like,
That is odd, that
Yeah,
isn't...
that's a mad one.
But
Yeah, I don't
like-
think we've got any sponge or ketchup videos. I think you're all right.
No, but if you want videos of people chopping their dicks off, we've got loads of those.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I think I'm all right for that.
We've got multiple severed dick videos.
Right, go on, let's-
Are these some of the new ones
I
that I
think
sent
these
last
are the
week?
recent ones.
All
yeah.
right, well,
the ones
I-
that aren't named. Yeah.
Right, okay. So
Okay.
this is actual Batman.
This is actual
That's
Batman.
Batman, that.
In his room with a lighter. What's in his mouth?
It's
there?
another lighter.
Another lighter is in his mouth.
Yeah. You know, like
Okay.
how like cool guys that are like really into lighters and like knives and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
think
got a
it's-
samurai sword on a wall somewhere, hasn't he?
100%.
He's got nunchucks under his bed.
He owns a reptile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, bearded dragon, the fucking weird cunt.
Here we go. He's going to do a cool trick with a lighter.
what?
One lighter.
Well, if that went to plan.
A stupid cut. Look at his lips.
Yeah, it's fucking blown apart.
Jesus Christ, you had to go all the way to Turkey for that, Gia.
Yeah.
What? Can we just
So
see
he
that again?
snaps the lighter. Did you ever, when you were a teenager, do like lighter bombs?
Yeah.
So he's
yeah.
done that in his mouth. If you explode the lighter, it like blows up. So yeah, he's just put it in his mouth.
Look at his lips
Why
before.
though?
Look at them lips there.
Yeah. Fucking goes off in it.
He looks like he's in his mum's room.
Yeah. That's probably his kitchen.
Yeah, I don't think he lives on his own.
Look at-
He still lives with his parents.
Look.
And his glasses got blown off as well.
Oh,
I mean, that's the price you
mate.
pay for stupidity.
He's got a
Yeah.
play
pretty
silly
shit.
games, get silly prizes.
Yeah. If
Exactly.
you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough.
Exactly.
He's got a pretty shit Batman costume, but it's not as bad until you realise he's still got his jeans on. That's just a leather jacket.
You can't be doing kung fu in denim.
Batman doesn't wear jeans.
Yeah.
Does he?
No.
He's trying to fight Ra's al Ghul. He's like, this
Your
one's
phone.
really bad, and I don't think he's okay.
All right. Can we watch it then?
Oh
So
my
it's,
God, I'm
There's
it's
a
a man
train
walking next to a train track.
It goes real. This one, content warning. You might see something very upsetting.
Do I have to watch it?
You can avert your gaze on this one.
Okay.
It's brutal.
Oh, no, I'm trying to...
Oh my gosh, that is brutal.
What did it get his... Well, why were we walking too near to it in the first
This is it. It's his own fucking.
Was that
fault.
his ear? It can.
Yeah.
What?
That is his own fault.
He's trying to look cool and get like, be like wandering down by the train. If you want to
All of these videos are weird incel men
Yeah.
trying to look cool and hurting themselves.
That's horrific.
That was crunch, wasn't it?
He gets fucked up
Oh.
real bad. That one was saying.
This is an absolute fucking PSA. Men, stop trying to look cool.
Yeah.
Stop trying
Please
to force
do.
yourself to look cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just accept your fetish for wanting to be a blueberry or whatever.
Yeah. Lean in.
Go on, what's this next one?
Oh, there's someone on fire.
Yep.
It's a guy on fire.
Stop dropping
Why is someone throwing a bike at him?
Like, I got enough problems today. You're launching a bike at him.
He's just wandering around. He's not like in any way trying to stop himself being on fire, is he?
No.
What level of meth do you have to be at? Where you just wander around on fire like
And
chill
not even
with it?
notice.
My favourite
The bike
thing
is amazing,
someone
isn't it?
throwing a bike at his
Can
face.
we see that again? It's like
Yes, that's how they teach you to put people out when you're a fireman. He runs to get the bike.
He does. He runs over there, picks up the bike, and just chucks it at him. It just bounces off his knee.
And the guy was like, can you not...
Yeah, that's not helpful. I'm already on fire. He's the most relaxed on fire man I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The smell of burning tyres. That'd be horrible.
Imagine if that was your bike.
Yeah, you fucking got it.
Yeah, why did you do that?
Or if it was one of those line bikes, you had to pay the deposit.
Next one.
Right, let's see what this one is.
That's... Oh!
This is a guy, right? So what he's tried to slap a knife on his back, doing like cool knife tricks, and it goes real bad.
Men being weird, showy, offy incels.
Yeah.
Oh my!
So look, he slaps his
Oh,
back, and he
mama.
just carves it open instantly. Yeah.
Oh, don't do
Dude,
that.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
This one, right, we'll make this the last one. This one fucking sketches me out. This is
Right.
some drunk
Pause
people.
it. So what we've got here is 2 lifts.
Uh-huh.
And then we have some people getting into the lift on the left-hand side.
And they can only lie.
And then we have what looks like drunk people here because they're both kind of hugging each other.
You've correctly assessed that they are drunk.
Okay.
Very drunk.
Are they going to fall down a shaft or something, perhaps?
Let's watch.
Okay.
Oh
no! Oh no!
Fuck. That is my worst nightmare. That is terrifying.
Yeah, got out though.
They got him out. It's all right. They're not
my
dead.
God. Imagine if that was like mega high. Though.
I know. I think it's a couple. Like it's away they go. But it's fucking horrid that in it going
I
down a
don't
lift
think that's
shaft.
bad at all.
You don't think falling down a lift shaft?
Why don't you
is
try
bad?
it and find it?
No,
the pot back.
I'm sure it is bad, but watching it doesn't freak me, you know?
That they fell through the lift door and they went into the void beyond it.
Yeah.
That doesn't freak you out
Just
at
watch
all.
where you're going.
I mean, yeah, that is good advice for them. They should have done that. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know,
It's the end of the show.
that's about it.
And what we've learned is watch where you're going.
Yeah, that is always good advice.
That's what we've learned. Gia Clarke, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, mate. It's been so fun having you.
What can we have
Genuinely
you
great.
plug OnlyFans again?
Okay, so my OnlyFans is Gia Clarke. If you want to listen to me waffling on, I have a podcast called Stripped Off Pod.
Yes, we'll put a
and-
link to that in the description wherever
Thank
you're
you.
watching or listening to this. Check that out because, mate, like that's going to be class. Because
Thank you. It's all about. It's basically what we talked about today, but
Yeah.
more.
amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, no-
I've got a new podcast.
Oh, no one gives a fuck about that, mate.
It's about
So that's been
crisps.
the end of the
It's about
episode.
crisps.
That's the
It's Jamie
episode
Hutchinson.
over.
Go on, what's your podcast about?
It's about crisps
With
with Jamie Hutchinson.
You thought, you know what sounds great on an audio format? 2 fat cunts eating crisps.
yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
eat many crisps.
It sounds rubbish.
We
It
don't-
sounds
it does sound
genuine
rubbish,
rubbish.
but
Yeah.
it's not.
Sounds fucking shit.
Yeah,
so,
really
so
shit.
just to clarify,
Yeah.
your options for what to listen to next
Yeah.
is our very funny guest Gia Clarke, who has a free OnlyFans, and who her and her stripper mates are going to be talking about stripping that is genuinely interesting, or
Yeah.
2 fat,
And then-
smelly incels talking about which
And
crisp
then
they like
once,
to eat.
once you've come and eat, come and listen to us talk about crisps. It's not just about crisps, it's about weird things we're obsessed with. So shit like squad numbers. I'm not making this sound good.
You're really not. No, it's 2 borderline autistic incels shouting about Pringles.
So,
If you like me, or more likely you like Jamie, then come and listen. It is funny.
So, finally, check out our Patreon. It's patreon.com/Dead Men Talk Pod. It's £3 a month, and for that, you get loads of extra benefits. And also, once we get to 5,000, Tom probably is going to drink.
He's definitely going to drink
Maybe
some cum.
50-50.
And yeah, my stand-up special is coming soon to this channel. So yeah, watch out for that. July 2nd, I think I'm going to do.
It's fucking shit.
You produced it.
Yeah, it's actually, it's actually good.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for listening. We'll see you
Cheers.
next week.
Catch you later.
Fuck off.